what spurred your interest in science and math, teaching in general?
I'll be honest, it's not like as a romanticized imagery or visual why I got into it. I was just simply, when I was in school, it was like the subjects that stressed me out the least. And I couldn't wrap my head around English or history. It just felt like, for any of the viewers that are watching this is like redundant. I retell stories a lot, but in history and English, I felt like I was a kid who memorized random things like in English and rules. So my essays and everything that I put on a piece of paper was just like random sentences in like a weird present tense with all these grammatical rules just to create something somewhat coherent, and it's really hard to follow. So what I'm trying to say is I didn't feel that way in math. It didn't feel like random things I was memorizing. It was like, oh, this is actually kind of fun and it makes sense. And then now that I'm older, I'm like, oh, that's how kids that are like really good at English look at English and history. Like they look at it as like a fluid thing, and if they hate math, they look at math as like something they have to memorize and stuff. So that's why I got into it. It's simply like that. It just made a lot of sense to my brain.
That's an interesting point about the being more about your perspective on it maybe than about the actual like the material.
Yeah.
But, everybody thinks about things differently.
Yeah, they think I'm passionate about it, but no, I am totally passionate about it, but not as much as like, let's say like Mr. Rubin or something. If you guys talk to him, he's like really ingratiated with like the science, but like I could turn it off and on sometimes. Like, oh, I'm at home. I'm not in science mode. I'm in Netflix mode. Whereas they just live and breathe science. So, yeah.
And teaching? What do you think? How did you end up deciding to teach?
I'll be honest, it was like an amalgamation of skills that I think I had that made sense for teaching. I was in school and I realized after all this knowledge that I learned, it was fascinating, and to relay it to someone else in like concepts, or like I could break it down to where a person that really doesn't care about the subject kind of understands it at a certain point. I was really good at breaking down and tutoring things to some people. I realized in college quickly that I wasn't really the fastest student. That's why I say I'm not like the smartest guy in the room, but I can certainly work really hard and try to find a way to learn hard concepts. I realized I was really good at that. I liked working with kids for some reason. I feel like you guys are intellectually about the same level as me socially, sadly. Like I haven't gone really beyond the 16-year-old mindset, but I think I could talk at your level and somewhat understand, understand what you're going through. I had a hard time speaking. I don't know, it was always weird. I always had a hard time speaking with people my own age. So speaking to anyone younger was comforting. And then, and I have a quick, I don't know if it's a quick story, but I have a story. My friend and I in college, we like hopped the fence we trespassed to an old elementary school at night, and I think that's where like it clicked. Like I was like, oh, I want to be here forever. Like I never want to grow up. And I was like, oh, let's make that a job. Like, and my friend was like, oh, it's called being a teacher, dummy. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right, that's cool. I want to be a teacher.
So you're saying you got into teaching because of crime?
Yes, crime pays, right? Yeah, that's the ticket to success. No, don't. I'm only kidding. Don't do that. No crime. It's just a weird circumstance. So how that all kind of transpired. Next question. Yes. Please.
Okay. Yeah. Enough about your criminal
about
background.
crime.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Where do you see your Disneyland collection going?
My Disneyland.
Yeah. I mean, you got the little. If people haven't noticed them, those little statue things.
The decorations or something. So.
Is there like a story behind those or?
Yeah, you ask, I tell. So I was gonna brace yourself.
Okay.
No,
you didn't steal them, right?
Yeah, huh?
You didn't steal them, right?
Well, yeah. Crime's gotta happen somewhere, guys. No, I didn't steal them. The story behind that takes me all the way back to the 8th grade, or actually when I was younger, I actually hated Disneyland. I was really scared of theme parks, and I was scared of teacups. Like that's a ride at Disneyland. I was like terrified of. I was like the worst kid to bring to a theme park because my mom and dad would pay an absorbent fee to get in. It's not cheap. It's never been cheap. It's just worse now. And I would not do anything in the theme park except just eat and cry. And I remember sometime in the 8th grade, these rides I was really scared of. Like, I remember going to like a field trip with my 8th grade like students or like peers at the time. I wasn't a teacher then. And we then suddenly the rides that seemed so big and scary weren't so big anymore. They were totally manageable, and I started having fun. And then that fun I had with them, I associated with Disneyland, and now I can't separate the two. And I love Disneyland since then. And you know what's funny is I grew up, I wasn't even a Disney kid. Like I didn't like Lion King. I didn't know. I never watched The Little Mermaid. To this day, I don't think I watched it. I just love the theme park. So the decorations, I just went on eBay, and I just could not stop being, I don't know, like a stereotypical like a cat mom or a cat woman person. That was the old stereotype in my time, and who just stays at home and collects little collectibles. And I'm that person now. So on a rainy day. And anyways, yeah, that's my story. About.
Do you plan on getting more of them?
No, actually. I actually cut myself off. I'm pretty good. I have good discipline in that, I think. Not really, because those things are like $50 a pop, you know. But they, what do you call it? They're actually ornaments specifically for theme park specific rides. Like, they're not necessarily affiliated with an intellectual property owned by Disney. Like, they're not Aladdin, they're not Lion King, like stuff. Like, they're actually just related to the theme park. So, like, I got all the ones I wanted. There's only so many rides, right?
Oh yeah.
That theme park.
Or the iconic ones over there. Definitely.
Yeah, all the iconic ones.
And okay, next question. Do you have a favorite math theorem? I think this was one of the ones.
I don't. Oh, I think if I remember.
You said something about lines.
Yeah.
I sorry. That sounds like I was not paying any attention.
Lines. No, it's
there
okay.
were.
You're a professional, so you know you just gotta act like you know.
If it was a multiple choice question, I could totally get it.
My favorite theorem I remember is the vertical angles theorem. It's really simple. If you have two lines that intersect and they create an angle, the angle like directly across from another angle is always equal to each other. So if you see my hands, I'm making
That's what I
like
thought.
4 angles, and the ones that are cross vertical to each other are always. It's just so easy. I can literally show it with my hands. That's how easy it is. That's why I love it so much. So
Yeah.
simple, you know.
Cool. And do you have a favorite science experiment?
I like what the kids like, because whatever the students like and enjoy ends up being my favorite one, because I don't know, I like to see kids smile. I like to see them cry. I like to see them smile more, right? But my favorite one probably is in a chemistry experiment where we burn marshmallows and Cheetos, if you remember.
I remember the calorie thing.
Yeah, wow. If you remember anything about that.
I remember you holding up the Cheeto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And almost eating
It's a
it.
very distinctive picture. I don't know. I think almost like lighting something on fire. It was like a scary moment. What's gonna happen?
Exactly,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Is he gonna eat it? I don't know. Are you gonna eat it? I don't know.
Well, you said you have that self-control though, so good thing.
Yeah, not so much my students though. Yeah. You guys are crazy. So.
Don't let us near the Cheetos.
Yep. Nope. No more.
I was thinking maybe there are some science experiments where you don't like them because there there's a lot of cleaning up, or they like, I don't know, they're difficult to deal with. Is that the case at all?
Actually.
Labs seem like they're kind of a crazy thing to teach.
Thank you so much. Yeah, for understanding my plight as a teacher. Yeah, actually, the big thing of teaching is like they didn't tell me is like it's fun to teach this stuff and hang out with the kids, but it's just prepping your lesson the night before. It's like rehearsing for like a new part every day, and it's like you have to create your own part basically. So if you can imagine, that takes a long, like if you guys write screenplays or something, you pen something, it takes a long time to get the dialogue right, to where it flows naturally. Well, that's what they didn't tell you about teaching, is you have to do that. And then on top of that, if you're a science teacher, you have to come up with lab activities. So even after you have it penned and planned, you got to go out and actually perform it, right? And get it ready, the staging ready. So in bringing down the stage, all my theater analogies, But yeah, my least favorite experiments are the ones that take up the most time to clean up, and it's always my physics labs. So right now I'm teaching physics, and they all have to, but everyone smiles and stuff when they're doing it.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I do hope one day we'll have a physics teacher. I know you didn't used to teach it, right?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, yeah, I didn't used to teach it. They just the school was just in need of one,
Yeah.
and they looked around. And they're like, Dr. Rodenberg, can you do it? Or Mr. Greenwood, or Mr. Spiegelberg. He's like, I only know German. So, I don't know. I can't speak English, right? Can't do it. So, yeah, they found me the most qualified. I like it though now. Actually, I actually am growing attached to it. So it's funny you said that.
Yeah, are you gonna miss it if they get a new physics teacher?
Well, I got defensive. I'm like, why are you gonna take away my physics class? And why? But I forgot when I first started. I was like very like blasé, like take it please. But now I'm kind of like, I don't know. If someone takes it, I'm kind of jealous that you took my physics class.
Then maybe you got to teach something else. I know right before we lost our Mr. Negas, I think
Former physics
wanted to. I think you wanted to teach statistics. Is that right? I remember you saying something about like you wanted to like start teaching something new, and then obviously you had a lot on your plate after that.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna give you guys a little behind the scenes at any school, any behind the scenes action. When you're given a class, the teacher doesn't truly want it at the beginning. It's just the school needs like a teacher to teach a need for that school. So for a time, at one point before they made me the physics teacher, they were like, we need a statistics teacher. And actually out of all the math subjects that I could teach, it is one of the more favorite ones, my favorable ones that I could teach. It's actually really fun and functional. So a little math joke it's fun and functional, right?
No.
No?
Yes.
Come on. Come on. Okay.
And what is your favorite planet and why?
I think you asked me this before. I don't know if the obvious one is Earth. It's,
Good planet.
you can live on it. But the one I like to open up by saying which one I don't like. I think that's more. I've always had this weird unaffinity. Affinity means that you like something, but I have like unaffinity for Venus. I think the concept of Venus is really scary to me. It's I don't know, I think the atmosphere is like 700 degrees Fahrenheit or Celsius, and as soon as you land in it, it's like you're met with acid rain and whatnot. So I think that's like a living hell, for a lack of a better term. So I'm not an English person, but that concept scares the bejeebus out of me. So I don't like Venus at all. So yes, stay away. No vacations at Venus.
And if you were a principal of MEA for a day, what would you change about the school?
I would not be the principal at MEA. That's a hard job.
Well, you'd like it after a little bit, right?
I don't
That's how
think
that
I
works.
would.
You know, they tell you you're the principal.
I'm good where I am. I can't even answer that question.
I mean, who else would they make the
I think this
principal,
thing would be a burning ship if it was under Mr. Wee. I don't know. Everyone gets extra credit. That's one good thing, but that's it. Miss Brown is doing a fine job. I'm not just saying that to be nice. I think she's like, it's on you guys to make sure that she keeps being our what I call the fearless leader. Forget title of principal. She's fearless leader. So that's how I actually email her too, formally. Fearless leader. The bathroom is right now clogged at the moment or something. So we need to do something about that. Yeah.
If we didn't have this round though, which teacher would you nominate?
Ooh, that's a hard one.
Not Herr Spiegelberg. He only speaks German, according to you.
Yeah, he can't speak to. He has no communication skills with our English-speaking demographic. I think a great person. That's a really good question. Who has all the skills? I think that could do it impartially, is fair. It's hard. I don't know if anyone has quite all the. I think Mr. Nielsen probably is. I don't know if he likes he's kind of like counterculture, anti, a disestablishment kind of guy at heart, but I think he's learned the system. He's very cordial with people. He knows when to be firm. everyone really loves him, and staff members can get along. Yeah, I think so. But I think Miss Brown though is a little bit more fierce. Like, have you ever tried looking into Miss Brown's eyes? It's like looking into a hawk, right? So I don't know. You just know something's serious when she needs to talk to you. So I don't think Mr. Nielsen quite has that. So he's kind of warm, nice eyes. So can't really be firm, I think, in certain cases. But as Miss Brown. Just might be.
If you weren't a teacher, what other career do you think you would enjoy?
I don't know. I'd probably I'll probably be out the streets.
Well,
say hi to you guys.
You know what?
You know what I'm saying?
We could be a little bit creative here. If you even something you don't think you had really the preparation for. Like, if you could train to be, I don't know, whatever.
You know what? I actually think something that's different from teaching. I think I would, it makes no sense because I have no English writing skills. I would want to be like a journalist for video gaming. That would not be easy living these days, but I'm really passionate about gaming and anything that gets me to like different cities to see a gaming convention and travel around and get to meet people and something I love like that. That was actually like a weird kind of dream in my head. Besides being a teacher, like legitimately, I thought being a teacher would be like really fun and cool, and it is. I think that would have been like, I don't know, that would have been really, really cool. But I don't know, making a living off of that's not easy.
Yeah.
So yeah, or an influencer. You guys see me. I'm kidding with the last one.
I mean, being a teacher is kind of like that.
Yeah. Oh, because you kind of.
I don't know. You influence students, and you have certainly an audience at least.
That's right. That's why you guys get Jack Link's beefsteaks.
You don't even have to get them to like and subscribe. They have to come.
Yeah, they have to. It's like mandated somehow. I don't know. Yeah.
And this is another. No, I think this is a classic question last time.
Sure.
What's your favorite type of donut?
This may not be our first take, right? I had time to think on this from a previous take that we've had.
Have you changed your mind since then?
I think I'm more articulate, but no, I'm not gonna make it any better of an answer. I love all donuts. My favorite ones that come to mind, I like really crispy, glazy donuts. I like ones that are filled. I like this one that's called a cruller. It looks like a hair bun. I don't even know what to call it. Like things that people tie up longer hair with. It's like, it's just like gorgeous. It's one that looks kind of weird. I love cakey donuts, like little ones that have like little sprinkles and like they're cakey, right? When you bite into them. And I love apple fritters. Oh my god, I just love I'm non-prejudiced when it comes to donuts. Any donut I think will do. Except with bacon. So, I didn't quite get that one.
Okay. Do you have a pet?
I do. I have one dog. She's about knee high. Her name's Angie. She looks like a mix between like a retriever / like a German Shepherd. She's got she looks like a little she's like a person that's trying to like make believe that she's a golden retriever, but she's not. It looks like she dipped her nose in like chocolate. So I could describe how she looks. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Like a donut.
Yeah, it's my first dog too, by the way. No, I'm not like a donut. I wouldn't eat her. Jesus.
I just describe this dog as being dipped in chocolate.
Dark real quick, man. Jesus. like your style.
All right. Do you regularly drink coffee or another beverage?
I don't know. Yeah, I drink coffee. I just learned to drink coffee like 4 years ago when I started working as an adult. Hated coffee before. It just tastes like dirt. Like someone takes dirt and just swirls it in the water and be like, oh, so much nutrients and it's natural. It's like, it tastes disgusting. What I actually drink, I would not recommend people drink. Okay, I don't know. I feel like a horrible influencer, but I do drink a lot of energy drinks. I should stop, but I'm like addicted to them. I just love the snap of a can. I'm not even gonna try to sell you on it's horrible, it's just the devil's byproduct or something that tastes like goodness, but oh my god, it's horrible for you. But yeah, at the same time, I'm kidding. Yeah, it's not good for you.
But okay, let's not go there then. If you couldn't live in San Diego, where would you live?
Right outside of San Diego. just so I could be around San Diego. I don't know.
What if San Diego just disappeared from the earth?
I would cry.
Oh.
Or like if it was never there to begin with, I would still cry because I know that there's something better than where I am. I'm kidding. I'm partially kidding, halfway kidding. Obvious answer is somewhere near a beach. But let's say if I wasn't even like into surfing, I would say somewhere else in the world. Like with a different geography. I've never been to parts of Europe until recently. There's lots of beautiful, lush green places that are natural and just, I don't know, yeah, probably somewhere in Europe, like in Spain or France, the countryside of France. Like you guys should Google search countryside of France and see what that looks like. It's just, I don't know, like an old cottage or something. Yeah, that's where I want to, I don't know what I would do, but that's where I want to live.
And you said you have been to Europe recently? You said not until recently. Where did you go?
I went to a few countries just for a few days. It's like, for those that have never been to Europe, it's, you know how here in the U.S. the landmass is so big, and when you cross a state line, you're in a different state. The same landmass, let's say, in Europe, when you, instead of crossing from one state to the other, you cross into a country. I know people interviewing me here today know all about it, but I didn't know anything when I was a kid. So to answer your question, I went to Paris, France, city in Paris, or in France. Then I went to Amsterdam, Belgium, Spain, and somewhere in Czech. I forget. What's that place in Czech? There's a famous Prague, or they call it Praha, and yeah, I got to see that just a few days at a time. So it was awesome. I've never gone. So I'm not much of a traveler. So I recommend if you have the money, save up and go one day.
Cool.
Yeah.
And this is a bit of an open-ended question, but what is something you're looking forward to?
I don't know. Too open-ended.
Yeah, I don't know. Just
keep it rolling for the next hour. I ponder this. Well, what's next? I love that. It's up to interpretation, right? What's up next for me? I don't know. Right now my mindset is spring break is next. I'm gonna go camping. What am I gonna do this year? I think my wife and I want to go to Mexico City. We have to save money from how much we spent last year for Europe, but we still want to travel within our means. So that probably look like Mexico City. Where's my mind right now? I just want it to be sunny again. So I don't know what you guys did, but thank you, I guess, students. I don't know what you guys did, but
what did we do?
I don't know. So the sun needs to come back, but
we got rid of the sun. Is that?
I don't know how you did it, but you did it. So.
I mean, obviously your science instruction was responsible.
Oh yeah, that's right. Or my lack of science instruction.
I remember that part of 8th grade science. How to get rid of the sun.
Yeah, just close your eyes.
That was in month 4. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you have a
month 4 lab.
I don't even remember.
Sun removal.
And currently, I'm reloving my job even more. I'm like, wow. For a second, I thought our school was not going to be here or something. I don't know why I thought that way, but I texted the principal. I was like, when I come back, I'm going to kiss the ground when I come back because I love the school so much. But then it rained the next day, so still kissed it.
And we're probably running out of time here, so one last question.
Go for it. Yeah.
So here's another repeat here. If you could ask a fellow teacher one question, what would you ask?
Oh, I remember.
I remember what you said last time.
I
do you stand by it?
Same question.
I love this answer.
I stand by my answer. I would ask Mr. Nielsen, why are you retiring? Or no, I'm kidding. Or when are you retiring? He's not retiring this year.
And I remember what I asked you. Do you want his job?
Yeah. No. God no. He does so much for our school. That's why I'm gonna miss him. But he's just, everybody loves him. And he does so much for the school. I think if you guys ever get older and if you guys get older,
I hope we get older.
Yeah, hopefully. You guys, if any of you guys ever become teachers or something, you rewind the clock to see what he did as a teacher. It's like he did so much. So I anybody that leaves would hurt, but right now I'm the most scared that he's gonna leave at some point. So try to harass him,
if we do interview him, we'll be sure to tell him Mr. Wee says that you can't retire.
Yes, and barter with donuts or something. Donut 1 year you stay, right? So yeah, that's it. Yeah. Well, that's it for my answer for Mr. Nielsen. Yeah.
Thank you for doing this with us.